Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing a breakdown and a full guide to the Extreme Z Awakening for the STR Transformation Dokkan Festival exclusive cooler. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So yes, part 3 of the worldwide campaign celebration and the EZA to the highly anticipated strength cooler is upon us. Depending on when you're watching this video, this event here will be dropping on 9/22, 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. So check your local time zone on when that's going to happen. And I think this video is going to be dropping a little bit before that, so you might have to wait, or of course just come back to this guide here of how to do the Extreme Z battle once the event is out. So first and foremost, I will do a quick breakdown. So let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown before I do the team builds and what the weaknesses and all that good stuff for this event. But yeah, they did a good job, and really they just needed to do one little thing, and they did it. And I think everyone is pretty happy about the cooler here. And I've always mentioned this, that the EZAs to these units, they're not supposed to be like the best units in the game. They just want to make these units more relevant so that you can use them on particular teams. But in this case scenario, this is a very, very good unit overall. So starting with the stat boost, the HP attack and defense, it's really solid. 22,000 attack or HP, 21,639 for attack, so almost 22,000, and then 12,000 for defense. Now the leader skill is, of course, we knew that this was going to happen, as 170% across the board, because I think before it was like 130 to HP, and then they just boosted that up to 170. So we aren't going to see really any of the category OG leaders here that are like 130 or 150 in any of those HP attack or defense move higher than 170. That's what it seems like it's going to be. There's and then anybody who's at 170 across the board, they're only going to get to key +4. So that's what we're seeing here. So Terrifying Conqueror's transformation boost, really two good categories together, 170% across the board. But here's where the joy of the strength cooler individuals waiting for this EZA details have come true, especially for me. I actually just said if they did this, it would be fine. They don't really need to do too much to this unit as long as they did this, and that's what they did here. The super attack raises defense. Yes, it stacks defense, and that's really all we wanted and all we needed for this unit here. So causes immense damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense, which is a nice benefit there, being useful when it comes to its own passive as well. But I always do tell every single time I do these breakdown videos is that the EZA to immense damage, the extreme immense damage, is the highest SA multiplier in the game, even higher than an SA 25 LR. So just keep that in mind. It is going to hit pretty hard. So the passive skill here, you deserve a slow and agonizing death. It did boost up to 130. I believe it was like 80 before, so went to 130. It launches additional attack and has a medium chance of becoming super attack. That's new there, but it does only happen when the target enemy has attack down or defensive down. So generally, like bosses that are early in their stage, you're able to do that on, but like the main bosses or top end bosses, they're generally, you can't debuff. So a little bit of limitation there, but again, if you do get an additional super attack off, that's just boosting your defense by 30%, which is huge buff there. On top of that, they did change the transformation boost category allies key +2 from 30% to 50% when facing one enemy. Huge boost there. And then Terrifying Conqueror's allies key +2 attack and defense 50% when facing 2 or more enemies. So a great boost there. I didn't think they would increase their boost, but they ended up doing that for that transformation boost. So running this unit on an LR strength cooler team is just fantastic, kind of like best in slot, especially on the support side. So the active skill transformation here, transforms can be activated when the Pure Saiyans or Hyper Saiyans category enemy is starting from the 3rd turn of the battle, or when facing one enemy starting from the 6th turn of the battle. So again, you're probably just going to stack as much as you can until you transform, but then when you transform, it is actually pretty strong of a transformation. So the link skills here is strongest clan space, thirst for conquest, big bad bosses, which is very important, brutal beatdown, metamorphosis, universe most malevolent, and fierce battle. It just works really good on that LR Cooler team, or even the Wicked Bloodline team. It's going to be very strong there. So categories: movie bosses, transformation boost, Wicked Bloodline, terrifying conquerors, target Goku, final trump card, space triangle warriors, planetary destruction. So once you transform, this is what happens. You do not stack defense anymore. However, on the super attack there, you are going to be stacking attack. And you're going to have actually even a higher chance of boosting that up because of the passive skill here. So you do lose that lowers to attack, but it really doesn't matter. When you transform, by the time you transform, you're not going to be able to really debuff anyway. So the passive skill here, conditions of supremacy, key +4, attack and defense 200%. So you are going to get a 70% boost from the non-transformation state. So once you transform, you are going to get a really nice boost anyway. But of course, if you stack up well enough, when you stack up the defense there, then boom, once you transform, you're going to be pretty good. So on top of that, if you want to beef up your super attack while you're in this transformation state, you are going to get 2 additional attacks versus 1 additional attack, and that's going to be guaranteed. Each it's going to have a medium chance to proc a super attack, so very powerful there. On top of that, you do have a chance of performing critical hit 10% per key sphere, or rainbow key sphere obtained, and then you're guaranteed a critical hit when there's a pure Saiyans or Hyper Saiyans category enemy. So again, I think they did a really good job. They didn't need to do much. As long as they stack defense here, we're good to go. I think a lot of people were talking about like giving them damage mitigation, stuff like that. You don't need to do all that, right? You didn't need to make this the best unit of the game, being that it is a very old, I won't say very old, like 2019 unit that's now being more relevant now. So anyway, that is the unit. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and move on to the Extreme Z battle and how to actually Extreme Z awaken this unit here. So it is going to be weak against Exploding Rage. And you might go, Exploding Rage? Category is that? Yeah, it's been a while since Exploding Rage is really any kind of relevancy. And it's very limited, Exploding Rage. So we'll look at the team builds and the options that you have. So at level 13 or above, there is going to be a damage reduction against all extreme types. So you can't use any extreme type units on this stage here, and or super int. So they just kind of threw in super int there. I'm not sure why. It's just kind of a random mitigation there that they do, and it's 80% mitigation, so you're not going to do any damage if you're using a super int unit or any extreme unit there. Generally, the best in slot's going to be a Exploding Rage Super AGL unit. However, there's not many, so I think the MVP for this is actually going to be Carnival Super Saiyan Goku. If you do have this unit here, he's gonna wreck shop for this EZA stage, so I'll kind of keep that in mind. So anyway, Exploding Rage. So if you do have the Beerus is the only leader for the summonable leader for Exploding Rage. Don't know why. Again, it's a very limited category. So the team that you can run using Beerus, and Beerus actually isn't very ideal because it is going to be type disadvantage, even though you do have an advantage. And is weak against Exploding Rage, using a physical unit isn't going to be ideal. But you know, he is the only main leader, and the rest of the team that you can build from there. So I mentioned before, Carnival Goku, he's going to be amazing, and then you have your AGL Kamehameha leader in the Super Saiyan Transformation Gohan. That unit there is going to do well, but you know, he doesn't really hit all that extremely hard, but he's going to be type advantage, so that's going to be beneficial there. Then you have the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that you can run with the Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, and you know, they do quite well there. Then you of course have the EZA to the Transformation Super Saiyan Namek Goku, and then you have Bardock. Now you don't have really that many other alts. Like I mentioned before, you probably don't want to use a super physical unit there, but you can use that Kale. You have a bunch of other strength units that you can run. I was kind of looking at your options. It's just not much going on, especially with Exploding Rage. So if you do have this team, you're going to run this team, I figured that you should be able to do this fairly easily. But a lot of people aren't going to have a lot of these units, and you know, what kind of other options can you run? So if you don't have the Beerus, and some people don't, so if you don't have the Beerus, another team that you can run might look like something like this with the free-to-play Gohan here. So you can get the kid Gohan here and use that 130% and then use Beerus as a friend leader. Again, not as ideal, still might be very tough, but if you do have some of these other units here, you might be able to kind of develop some teams from those other units. So for example, if you have Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, you can run a slightly 200% team with Exploding Rage with some of these units here. This Super Saiyan Bardock is unfortunately, he doesn't do much. So you might not want to use them. You might want to go ahead and bring some AGL, in this case, powerful comeback units that aren't Exploding Rage, but they're, type advantage there, and they're, top end units there in the LR Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, and then MUI Goku there. So that is an option that you can run at a 200%. So you're going to get a nice boost versus a 70% leader, 170% leader. So another option you can run, I mentioned before, the Kamehameha leader, right? The Kamehameha leader in the AGL Gohan, that you can then run a Kamehameha team. Now you are missing one Exploding Rage unit that you can run on an EZA team here, and then so you're probably going to have to bring another AGL Kamehameha unit, which fortunately would be any of those two units that you see above. Again, is the Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku, or the MUI Goku, right? So those are options that you can run. I think the Kamehamehas, should be quite nice there. I actually probably will be running the Carnival Goku, and I wish in the future they do change EZAs as maybe a very small chance to link level. I think that could be very beneficial for like individual like myself that generally doesn't really do anything higher than go ahead and get your medals. So another team that you can run, a slightly different team, is a Super Saiyan team. So you can run this team here that you can possibly get something out of. Again, you're not really maximizing really strong units when it comes to the Super Saiyan Trunks or the Super Saiyan Vegeta there, but again, another option you can run. Or finally, the whole free-to-play team. You kind of run out of units after the 4 units that you see here. You're gonna have to bring a summonable unit somewhere of one of these units to go ahead and do that. So, and then probably bring a Beerus as your friend leader to go along with this team here. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very, very difficult, in my opinion, if you don't have particular units, especially in the Exploding Rage category. But anyway, if you do, again, should be fairly easy if you're able to run this team here, or at least even run this team right here. So that's probably the team I'm going to run, is the 200% Carnival Goku with some AGL units on top. Should dominate pretty easily, as your Carnival Goku is your main attacker. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below on this EZA battle here. Hopefully this helped you in understanding what units that you want to bring and can work out for you. But with that, if you are new to my channel, if I can find the slide here, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.